सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरं। हरिः ओं श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ओं। हरि ओं। We'll chant the Hanuman Chalisa. अतुलितबलधामं हेमशैलाभदेहं दनुजवनकृशानुं ज्ञानिनामग्रगण्यं सकलगुणनिधानं वानराणामधीशं रघुपतिप्रियभक्तं Vatatmajam namami. I'll chant the whole thing again, so all of us are at the same pace. Okay? Are you all able to see the screen? Yeah? Is it visible for you all? Okay, I will, yeah. What we'll do is, I'll start again. Atulita baladhamam hemashailaabhadeham दनुजवनकृशानुं ज्ञानिनामग्रगण्यं सकलगुणनिधानं वानराणामधीशं रघुपतिप्रियभक्तं वातात्मजं नमामि. Okay, I hope everyone is able to follow that. If we are not familiar with this, below that only. मनोजवं मारुततुल्यवेगं जितेन्द्रियं बुद्धिमतां वरिष्ठं वातात्मजं वानरयूथमुख्यं श्रीरामदूतं शरणं प्रपद्ये. श्रीरामदूतं. In the earlier versions which I was chanting, we were saying Shri Ramadutam Shirasa Namami. Even that is the same. Okay? Sharanam Prapadye or Shirasa Namami. I do my Shastanga pranams to that that Bhakta or that Duta of Ramji, who is Hanumanji. These two Dhyana shlokas are they are attributed to Hanumanji. Hanumanji, to meditate on him, who is the Sakala Guna Nidhanam. Okay. More about who he is and what these lines mean, that will come about when we are doing the Hanuman Chalisa itself. Okay. So I will explain at that time. The remaining part of the verses. Okay, we'll start the Hanuman Chalisa itself, right? I hope you all have the Hanuman Chalisa with you. So I will also chant from the book. I have not put all the verses here. I have put only, up to certain verses. As we go along, I will keep adding the verses into this. Okay, and I will share it also with all of you in the WhatsApp group. I'll put it up. Okay. So we will chant the Hanuman Chalisa now. Shri Guru Charana Saroj Raja Nija Man Mukur Sudhari Baranau Raghuvar Bimal Jasu Jodayak Falachari Buddhihina Tanu Janike Sumirau Puvan Kumar Bala Buddhi Vidya Dehu Mohi Harahu Kale Savikar. Jai Hanuman. I'll stop here. Jai Hanuman Jnana Guna Sagar जगपीस तिहु लोक उजागर। रामदूत तुलित बल धामा, अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नामा। महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी, कुमति निवार सुमति के संगी। कंचन बरन बिराज सुबेसा, कानन कुंडल कुंचित केसा। हाथ वज्र ध्वजा बिराजे, कांधे मूंज जनेऊ साजे। शंकर सुवन केसरी नंदन, तेज प्रताप महाजगबंदन। विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर, राम काज करिबे को आतुर। प्रभु चरित्र सुनिबे को रसिया, राम लखन सीता मन बसिया। सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सियहि दिखावा, विकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा। भीम रूप धरि असुर संहारे, रामचंद्र के काज सवारे। लाय सजीवन लखन जियाए, श्री रघुपति हरषि उर लाए। रघुपति कीन्ही बहुत बढ़ाई, तुम मम प्रिय भरत ही सम भाई। सहस बदन तुम्हरो जस गावे, अस कई श्रीपति कंठ लगावे। सनकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीसा, नारद सारथ सहित अहिसा। जम कुबेर दिगपाल कहाते, कवि कोविद कहि सके कहाते। तुम उपकार सुग्रीव ही कीन्हा, राम मिलाय राजपद दीन्हा। तुम्हरो मंत्र विभीषण माना, लंकेश्वर भय सब जग जाना। जुग सहस जो जन पर भानु, लील्यो ताहि जानु। प्रभु मुद्रिका मेलि मुख माहि, जलधि लांघि गए अचरज नाही। दुर्गम काज जगत के जेते, सुगम अनुग्रह तुम्हरे तेते। राम दुआरे तुम रखवारे, होत न आज्ञा बिनु पैसारे। सब सुख लहै तुम रक्षक, काहू को डरना। आपन तेज सम्हारो आपे, तीनों लोक हाकते कापे। भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवे, महावीर जब नाम सुनावे। नासै रोग हरै सब पीरा, जपत निरंतर हनुमत बीरा। संकट ते हनुमान छुड़ावे, मन क्रम बचन ध्यान जो लावे। सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा, तिनके काज सकल तुम साजा। और मनोरथ जो कोई लावे, सोई अमित जीवन फल पावे। चारों जुग परताप तुम्हारा, है प्रसिद्ध जगत उजियारा। साधु संत के तुम रखवारे, असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे। अष्ट सिद्धि नवनिधि के दाता, असबर दीन जानकी माता। राम रसायन तुम्हारे पासा, सदा रहो रघुपति के दाता। राम रसायन तुम्हारे पासा, सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा। तुम्हारे भजन राम को पावे, जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावे। अंत काल रघुवर पुर जाई, जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त कहाई। और देवता चित्त न धरई, हनुमत से सर्व सुख करई। संकट कटै मिटै सब पीरा, जो संकट कटै मिटै सब पीरा। जो सुमिरै हनुमत बलबीरा। जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई, कृपा करहु गुरुदेव की नाई। जो सत बार पाठ कर कोई, छूटहि बंदी महा सुख होय। जो यह पढ़े हनुमान चालीसा, होय सिद्धि साखी गौरीसा। तुलसीदास सदा कीजय नाथ हृदय महडेरा, कीजय नाथ हृदय महडेरा। पवनतनय संकट हरन, मंगल मूर्ति रूप। राम लखन सीता सहित हृदय बसौ सुरभूप सियावर रामचंद्र की जय। पवन सुत हनुमान की जय। उमापति महादेव की जय। बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय। बोलिए श्री सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय. So maybe I have gone wrong one or two places. What should I do then? If you ask Hanumanji, right? Then what should we first remember? What there where our Tulsidas ji, Goswami ji, he says first only what does he say in the Mangalacharana? He says that there will be lot of impurities in my mind. What do I need to clean it with? I need to clean it with the dust of the feet of my Guru. Because what are those impurities that will in some way or the other impair our work, no matter how best we try to do things, yet there will be some kind of obstacle that will come. And this obstacle, is it from external sources or is it from my mind alone? So this, these 5 defects that we spoke of, right? 5 defects or 4 defects? 4 defects that we spoke of. What are those 4? So we said there is any work that is undertaken by us, any initiative, there might be possibility of these 4 defects coming about. First is what? Brahma. Brahma, some kind of erroneous knowledge which is there, which is causing some kind of delusion for us. What is that? Some distractions will come about. So that erroneous knowledge which is coming about because of what? Because of our prior knowledge. So what has happened? Some other knowledge is obstructing this knowledge. Why? Because we are not focused fully. So then then next one is what? Pramada. Pramada, inadvertence. What we say is not just inadvertence, but it is something like procrastination. Or that tamogun which is there, which is pradhana, what is that going to do? It is not going to be allowing me to be fully focused, concentrating in what I have to do. So a sequential flow of thought which is required. In that what will happen? Even though I am listening, somewhere my attention has gone off. So out of the 5 points, I might only remember the first point and maybe the last point. In between what happened? In between I only got bits and pieces. So why has that happened? That's because of pramada. Then the next one is karna apatava. Karna apatava, that my instruments are there. My senses, my mind, which is gathering all this information from my senses and putting it together. So maybe there has been some leakage through it. It could be because maybe my senses have not been able to capture something fully, or have partially reported something, or because my mind has brought in some other thought in between. So it dropped off some thought and it took only partial thought, right? So what has happened? Karna apatava. So my instrument has not delivered all the information correctly. So that has led to this karna apatava. Next is vipralipsa. Vipralipsa, because of my own prior thoughts, the texture of my mind, which is crowded with my own prior likes and dislikes, my raga and dveshas. So what is happening? The teacher might be saying something, or the person I am transacting with, I am interacting with, they might be saying something, but in my mind I am thinking of this person and I am saying, this person is not someone who gives me good vibes, or this person, he always criticizes me. So what is happening? Whatever that person is saying, I am I am making my own opinion of what he is saying, or I am interpreting in such a way that I am not getting the facts right. Okay, that is called vipralipsa. So all these four factors, it might in some way, it might conjure up some other information in my thought pool instead of the actual thoughts or actual knowledge which is being given to me. So what are we doing in the Mangalacharana? We are offering our pranams to the Guru, and we are saying that, hey Guru, this might happen to me, any of these four could afflict me. Therefore, what am I doing? Therefore, I am offering them all. Whatever I have gained, I am offering it all to you. And, may through the seva that I am offering to you, may all the impurities of my mind, may it be cleared away. Okay. So what we are actually saying is, even though we might not be persistent and consistent in our efforts to gain this knowledge, oh Guru, you please keep at it, and therefore, like how we chant Om Sahana Avatu, here too it is this kind of Mangalacharana only, where we are asking the Guru's grace that, through your grace, may I gain the ability to not just, what Tulsidas ji is saying, whatever praises or whatever, the Nama Mahima that I have to pen down of Hanumanji, made by his grace alone. Raghubar over there is who? Hanumanji only. By his grace, it come about to its rightful justice, so that everyone benefits from it. So this is the humility of the Shishya. Who is the Shishya here? This is Tulsidas ji, who is praying for his Guru's grace. And what are we doing? We are, we are down the ladder. We are at the bottom rung of that ladder, where we are, we are actually, what we are doing, we are the benefiters of that knowledge. And so what are we doing? We are praying to him also, and we are telling that, may this journey that we have taken up of not just reciting Hanuman Chalisa, but also may by the grace of Hanumanji, we also gain that fruitful gain in our sadhana. Okay, so we also said, what are the four fruits that are given by Hanumanji over there. He's the karma phaladata. He's also, so karma phaladata over there, is meaning that Lord, right? So are we keeping Hanumanji there? Yes, he is the one, whom we are praying to. So he becomes that ultimate. Okay, so the four Purusharthas, we are asking Hanumanji's grace that may by end of it, we gain our success in all these four Purusharthas. Kama, Artha, Dharma and Moksha. The four Purusharthas. Okay, which are nothing but they are linked to each other. And then what do we do? In the next doha he says, Buddhihina tanu janike sumirau pavana kumara bala buddhi vidya dehu mohi harahu kalesa vikara. So he is asking, he says, in these, now that we are there in this Bhavsagar, we are definitely going to need your help, right? So here Tulsidas ji is saying what? Tulsidas ji is saying, in order to accomplish this whole task of writing this Hanuman Chalisa, there might be so many shortcomings on my part. I have so many limitations in me, but who can take that away? Just taking the name of Hanumanji, is going to help me with it. Because taking the name of Hanumanji, what will come to me? I will get that Daiva Balam. I'll get the strength to not just start on this work, but he will provide me with what? He will equip me with Bala, Buddhi and Vidya, which are essential for me to complete this task. Only this task? No. This Bala, Buddhi, Vidya is essential for everyone in this world for any kind of work that we have to do. So whom should we, what exactly is he telling us? Tulsidas ji, he is telling us that you just take the name of Hanumanji and simply by remembering him, what will happen? These three he will definitely bestow on us, right? So, Bala for what? Bala to overcome whatever obstacles are there in our path. Then Buddhi for what? To face those obstacles, to face those challenges. Of course, I need the knowledge, I need the Vidya, but to implement that Vidya, what is essential? I should have the right intellect. I should have that educated intellect which will implement what is required, the strategies that are required to overcome any kind of obstacles. And so that it is not just physical bala, it is also the mano bala that we are seeking from Hanumanji. So here, as we go, what is seen is, if we see this Hanumanji, he is who? He is Pavana Suta. No, he is that Pavana Putra. So who is Pavana Putra? He is the son of Lord Vayu. He is Vayu Putra. And how is that Vayu? Vayu is someone, who has the special property. What is the specialty or uniqueness of Vayu is that Vayu Bhagwan is not just present here entirely in the earth space also, but also in the in the interspace which is there, in the antariksha. So basically Vayu is everywhere. Is his presence known to everyone? It is known, but is his presence noticed by everyone? Not really, right? Even though that Vayu is its property is like what? It's called Matarishva. Another name for a Vayu is being Matarishva. So Matarishva is the one who is present everywhere, all pervading it is. How all pervading? Not just in the interspace is present, but that Vayu is also present in even the smallest of crevices, even the smallest of particles you will see. Even our eye can't reach. Even there that Vayu is present. And yet, is it noticeable? No. If we say the sun is there? Yes. Sun is seen. Sun's light is seen. Even if the sun is not seen, the sunlight is seen. The moon, is it there? Yeah. We will notice the various phases of the moon also. Even the no moon, we say that moon is there, new moon, right? But how is the space? Space is there, space is working, and yet we are unaware of its work, right? That is that Pavana. And then if we say this Pavana, and if we see Hanumanji, he is, if we say, the comparison is always between Vyashti and Samashti. Vyashti is what? This individual self, right? And Samashti is the totality. So, if we say that Vyashti is the Vayu, and Vayu Suta is who? This Hanumanji. So, that Hanumanji, he is that individual expression of that Vayu. And does he have the same quality? If you see, right? Where he is required, he will appear and he will be doing his work. Silently he will be doing his work, and he will not make, where he needs to make a noise, he will make a noise also of it. But will he claim that I did it? No. That claiming of I did it is not there in him, because so much of humility is there. Why? Because what is he doing? Whatever he is doing for Lord Rama alone. So this Hanumanji, if we see also, it was said that when they were to search for Sita Mata, and everyone was searching, and actually speaking, there was the Vanaras, they were made into these groups, and each was sent in different directions to look for Sita Mata. And There was one group which was, which was headed by Akshay Kumar. The other was, by Jamvan. The other was by Hanumanji and all. And then after a point, they became very hopeless. They said, nothing is in our hands. So much we tried, and they kind of, reached this ocean surface, and they said, now nothing can be done. We have tried our best. And each one was talking of their limitations only. They were saying, I could do this much, and that much I have done. I have reached my capacity. Whereas, Hanumanji, what did he say? He said, okay, what can I do best? I will do that. I will not crib or cry. I have to do this, not just, not for myself, but for Ramji, because he has given me this task, so I have to do it. Right? So he went and he finished that task also, and he came back also. Then when they had to go and report, right, to Ramji, what did he do? He said, we came here together. He told whom? He told the entire Vahana Sena. We came here together. Now we should go to him also together only and report back to him. He never said that, you all didn't do anything. I went, I finished all the tasks and came back. Now no need. Since you all have not done anything, you need not come with me. I will go see Ramji and come back. No. He was the right leader over there. He said, come on. The task is done. We have done it. Let's go back and joyously tell Ramji that we found Sita Devi. Right? So, such was his humility. Where he needed to be there, he was there. He silently finished whatever he had to do, all the tasks, and he was back. So, where he had to become small, he became small. He mixed with everyone. Like how? Like there is this Mahatma Ji who says, Namak ki tarah raho. How you should be? You should live. If you have to, इस भवसागर में अगर रहना है तो कैसे रहना है? नमक की तरह बनना है. So what is namak? Salt. If you have to live in this world, become salt, my friend. So the salt has got this amazing capacity that if it is, while it is there, no one is going to notice it. And the moment it is missing, what happens? You have missed salt. You have missed the main ingredient. You have missed out on adding salt in it. Right? So what is he saying? That Mahatma Ji is saying, you become like that salt. While you have to function, seamlessly do whatever you have to do without getting in anyone's way. And how? In what way? So when you're not there, then people should miss your presence in it. Right? So like this, you quietly do your work. So therefore he says, Namak ki tarah raho. Right? So now going on, just to give a note, how does this Hanuman Chalisa, how is its flow given in this? How has Goswami Ji made the flow of this Hanuman Chalisa? Or if you want to know from which part or which portion specific of the Ramacharitamanasa has he iked out this Hanuman Chalisa? Does the first stanza come from one area, another comes from the next area, like the sequential flow, is it there? So then if you ask, then it is not so. It is as though, his heart has gone and weaved out all the best wherever wherever he saw there is a kind of endearing portion which would connect. In that way he has woven this Hanuman Chalisa. It is a stuti. It is glorification of Hanumanji. Some part of it will come, from Kishkinda Kand. Some part of it will come from Lanka Kand. So wherever he felt that, here is where I can connect this incident. Here is where I can praise Hanumanji in this way. Like this, his heart has gone out and he has composed this Hanuman Chalisa. There is no like a sequential flow there. But then what will we come to know? So one is that, we will also where we are now calling him Hanumanji, we will also see his various other names. Like one name we saw. What is that? Pavanasuta. The one who is the son of Pavana. Then further moving on, he says, Jai Hanuman Jnana Guna Sagar, Jai Kapis Tihu Loka Ujagar. So this is the first doha which comes in. What is the first doha? Jai Hanuman Jnana Guna, Jai Kapis Tihu Loka Ujagar. So here we have to understand that this, this text which is there, this stuti which is there, it is not exactly in Hindi, it is in Awadhi. So Awadhi language is, the raw or earlier part of Hindi. From there only later the Hindi would have come. But here when we say Jnana Guna Sagar, Jnana Guna Sagar. So it is almost like Hindi only, so it is the same. What are we saying in that line? We are saying victory to that Lord Hanuman, who is what? Who is the ocean of what? Jnana, knowledge. He is that. If you have to measure his capability in terms of his knowledge, how is he? He is like the ocean. Jnana Guna Sagar. Only of Jnana? No, of Gunas also. This is the rare combination of a very noble person. Okay, one who is not only a well-versed person in the knowledge, in the scriptures, but he is also, one who has great depth in terms of character. How? Through his various virtues, gunas. So this Jnana Guna Sagar, it is when we say this Jnana and Guna, these are the two, this is the combination of two which brings or enhances one's personality. One might have only Jnana, one might be very scholastic, one might be having great panditya, but the depth of that knowledge will express itself only when one has these great virtues, which was seen in. So can one actually measure the depth of his knowledge? Can one fathom the knowledge capacity that he had? Not really. So it is said, like in today's day and age, people have, they give various levels of exams to, when they are studying Sanskrit. When they are studying Sanskrit grammar, Vyakarana, there are various levels for mastering that Sanskrit. If of Sanskrit Panditya that Hanumanji had, he was Nava Vyakarana Pandit. He had attained the highest of that depth of the knowledge of Sanskrit. He was the one. How would you know this? So in Valmiki Ramayana, which is the original Ramayana, it is written, the episode is written in great depth by Valmiki ji of the meeting between Hanumanji and Ramji. And in that he says that the conversation was so beautiful. When Hanumanji was addressing Ramji, it was with the choicest of words. It was of someone who recognized the beautiful personality of Ramji, and then he introduced himself. Not just himself, he also spoke very kindly to him. And through his words, now Hanumanji had met Ramji as, he had come as though he is one Brahmin. One Brahmin student, like that he has come to receive Ramji over there. And he was introducing himself. So when he was speaking, Ramji said, "Oh, who are you? Your knowledge your words has such depth that it is reflecting in the tone and in the way you are addressing." Right? So from that I can understand that you are Chaturvedi. You are someone who has studied the 4 Vedas in depth. So such was his description. So he called him Vedavid. Vedavid, one who is the knower of the Vedas. that is Hanumanji. Okay, so he is the one who is Jnana Guna Sagar. So it is also told that who. So if we are asked who has composed Ramayana, so we say that the first Ramayana that was composed by Valmiki ji, right? So there is this story which says that Hanumanji was crossing a river and there was this boatsman who was taking him across, right? And this Majhi, he was rowing the boat, and as he was going, Hanumanji was chanting this Ramayana. He was writing something and he started chanting that. So at the end of it, I mean, as he was going on, the boatsman was so enraptured by it. He said, he after some time he couldn't stop himself and he expressed his gratitude and he told Hanumanji, "Oh, this is so beautiful. This work, this Ramayana that you are reciting to me, it has got such depth and it is so beautiful that I don't think the original Ramayana also has such beauty in it." So Hanumanji, when he heard that, he said, "Oh, is it?" And he took that book and he threw it in the waters. It was the Ramayana which he had composed in honor of Ramji. And he said, "Oh, for me, Valmiki Rishiji is my guru. How can I then, present this work also to him? When his work is the greatest, how can I even let someone else compare me with him?" So he immediately throws that book in, right? So such is the humility, they say, of Hanumanji. So then when we say, even further it is said that there is the beautiful verse which comes about in conversation between Ramji and Hanumanji, when Ramji asks Hanuman, what is the relationship between us? What is our sambandha? So the most famous verse which is chanted over there is Deha buddhya tu dasosmi jiva buddhya to shakah atma buddhya tvamevahamiti iti me nishchita matihi. So he says Deha buddhya tu dasosmi. When if you see from the perspective of this body, then who am I? This sharira, this body is nothing but your daso only, your servant only. Then further he says what? Next one he says jiva buddhya twadamshakam. If you look from the perspective of a jiva, whose perspective is from a jiva? From that mind's perspective. From this mind's perspective, you see, who am I? I am just a small particle. I am just just a small portion, and you are the whole. It is like, if you see one whole jigsaw puzzle, right? So that entire jigsaw puzzle, that fully done, that is you, O Bhagwan, and I am just one bit of that puzzle. That is what he say. Jiva buddhya twadamshakam. Then you are what? You are the totality, whereas I am just one tiny speck over there in presence of that, right? So therefore, like how it is told in there is this beautiful verse which says what? It says that may my mind ever be attuned to you, because I am, from this mind's perspective, I am just one speck of dirt and you are this totality. So what should we do? Tanme manaha Shiva sankalpamastu. May I always be that, may I always be in tune with you, O Lord. Why? So that this mind should not get lost somewhere in this Bhagasagar. Then further he says, Atma buddhya tvamevaham iti. Iti me nishchita matihi. If I look from that Atma standpoint, if I look from the standpoint of that absolute, that consciousness, that you alone. There is no doubt in my conviction in that. Iti me nishchitamatihi. This is my firm conviction, O Lord. From which standpoint? From that Atma standpoint, we are one only. So who is saying this? Hanumanji is saying. When Ramji has asked, what is our relationship? How are we connected? So from the body standpoint, I am nothing but your servant only. Then from the mind perspective, what am I? I am a speck, you are the whole. I am a part, you are the whole. And from the Atma perspective, there is no difference between you and me. We are one alone. That is what he is saying. And this tells us of what is the depth of his knowledge. So those who call, those who try to put some kind of dirt into our minds by saying, your culture is the one which, worships even monkeys. So this is not just a monkey, right? Here, who is he? He is that Jnana Guna Sagara. So we should never ever feel, see that outer form and think, who is that monkey? That each being is exalted only when we see from that Atma perspective. And it is from that perspective only that we have to look at this world as Vasudeva Kutumbakam, as that one family. So this is the greatness of our culture. Then, so next is what? Next, for us is that when we are looking, why did we see this? We said that we are almost always, what are we doing? We are seeing one standpoint as, as individuals, what do we see? We only see our small, short, limited perception. But from a samashti standpoint, when we see, what do we see? We see that this Vayuputra is nothing but that Vayu only. This Hanuman is nothing but no less than Ramji. He is one with Rama alone. Right? So further, and as we say, as someone has said it actually, is that if we have to see what is the litmus test of knowledge, what is it? One who has these virtues, one who is gunavan. So one who is full of values, even if they are falling short in some way from a knowledge perspective, what are they? They are the greatest. So those in whose presence we feel pleasant. Whenever they come, what happens? We feel, wow, it was so good to have this person in, right? Like one of the names of Vayu is also what? Samira. Samyak irate iti. One who blends in very effortlessly and brings joy to everyone's heart. So is this Vayuputra, okay? He is also very, wherever he went, he left his mark in such that, even Lankavasis, they were in awe of him when he left, when he came the first time and he left from there, they were all in awe of him. So to Vibhishana became so indebted to him because he is the one who further introduced him to Ramji further. So, but then there are those others also who are like how? Who are the kings of that kingdom. But how are they? Do they rule the hearts of the people? Not really, right? Like who? Like if we say Ravana himself, he had the kingdom, but who ruled the hearts of the people? Vibhishana ruled the hearts of the people. He was not just Jnanavan, he was also Gunavan. Then too, if you see Hiranyakashipu, he had the kingdom. And he showed the dhaka also of having that kingdom. But who ruled the hearts of the kingdom, of the people? It was Prahladji. So here too, even though if you see Tihu Loka Ujagar, he is the one who was not just not only did he go around in all those three lokas, but he became one who won over the hearts of everyone in those 3 lokas. Such was the glory of Hanumanji, who now also is revered everywhere by people of all the world. No one will, there is, wherever if you go now, Hanuman Chalisa has become phenomenally present in, in the universe as such. So, such a person, when he blossoms, when his knowledge expresses, it shows as what? It shows as the presence of these beautiful values, virtues. As Gurudev used to say, when a flower blossoms, it need not go and tell everyone that it has opened up. Its fragrance is sufficient for the bees to come and, come and take that madhu, come and take that nectar from that blossoming flower. So too, when the wise men, when the wise people, when they have opened up, when they have blossomed in their sadhana, what happens? Everyone comes to know of them, everyone comes to them to seek that knowledge from them, right? And so was Hanumanji, right? He's the one who is not only known as Rama Bhakta, or Ramadasa, but he is also one who is known for his great knowledge and wisdom. So the next doha is Ramaduta Atulita Baladhama Anjani Putra Pavana Sutanama. So Ramaduta Atulita Baladhama. One who is invoked. For who is he? He is Ramaduta. He is the one who is the Duta, ambassador. Ambassador of whom? Of Ramji. So what was the first task given to him? He was, first task given to him was by Sugriva. He went as Sugriva's Duta, because earlier who was the king of the Vanaras? King of the Vanaras actually was Sugriva. But as the leader of the Vanaras, who was actually the king? Hanumanji, the unsaid king. But who was he? He was also one who is Gunavan. So he will not go and, raise this kind of pomp and pleasure. No. So this Hanumanji, he became the Duta of Sugriva and Lakshmanji when they had entered Kishkinda. And how did he go? He gave, as we said, he appeared to be like a Brahmin person, and like a humble Brahmin, and he approached them and he then welcomed them. And then upon understanding that Ramji had also left his kingdom and he was here on Vanavasa, then he immediately connected the thought that this Ramji is definitely going to be someone who can help Sugriva. Sugriva for what? Because Sugriva was also having this kind of a misfortune in his life, where he had fought and he was dethroned by his own brother and was running from one place to the other, hiding from his brother because he was not able to conquer him. So one quality of a ambassador is that this ambassador, the person who is a representative, he gains the actual name of the one who he is offering his services to, right? One who is Rajaduta, one who is the grand ambassador of a kingdom. What happens to him? So wherever he goes, the grandeur of that kingdom goes with him. He is not an individual, but he represents that company, that kingdom, that institution, and therefore does he then have to just be a normal person? No, he has to be adequately dressed, or he should be appropriately speaking for whom? For that nation, for that company, for that institute that he represents. Now here Hanumanji is who? Ramaduta. So whatever happens, that comes automatically to him. So what has Hanumanji done to gain this, gain this stamp of being Ramaduta? He has surrendered himself totally to Ramji. And therefore, Ramji has, completely trust in him, and he has just sent him. He never asked him, do you know to fly? Do you have this siddhi? Do you have that? No, he just gave him the ring and he said, go find Sita. He didn't even tell him, do you have the GPS services right with you? Will you be able to, fly around? Will you be able to check, do a video call and then tell me, report back to me? Nothing. He just gave him the ring and he told him, go find Sita Mata. That's it. And that was sufficient for him, right? So, why was that sufficient for him? He is a karma yogi. He is the best representative of being that karma yogi. He walks the path of karma yoga. And what is he endowed with? What is his tools? He has that bala, buddhi and vidya. And he uses it optimally. He doesn't say that, oh, Ramji, can you now, bless me with this Shakti so that, I can become small? No. Whatever he has, he uses with his bala and buddhi. Already the vidya is there with him. He is Jnana Guna Sagar. So what does he have to use? He has to use his buddhi. He has to not look outside for solutions. He knows that the solutions lie within him alone. So too, we have to tap into our bala. Where is that bala? Inside of us. As who? As that Rama who dwells within our heart. As our Antaryami. So when we are able to trust, have that Shraddha completely in that Lord, only then we will be able to listen to that inner voice and look for solutions within rather than outside of us, right? And not let parasthitis govern us, but let our manasthiti guide us. Okay, so this we will see further in the next session. Next session, actually, this week I'll be traveling. There is a camp, youth camp that we are having. So I will not be able to take the live class, and I don't really want to miss the opportunity. So we will meet in the next week. Okay, right? I hope that works for all of us. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Hari Om. Thank you. Hari Om. बोलिए सियावर रामचंद्र की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय, बोलिए श्री सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय. हरि ओम.